All right, so we're back in the shop today, working on the 48. We did mess with the heater core last time, kind of checked it out, see if it had any leaks. It had a few, kind of resoldered them up. Hopefully I got all the leaks on the heater core. And so I'm working on getting the heater core back in the heater box fan assembly. And on this 48, the heater core housing comes apart. Got two separate pieces like this, and there's 3 screws on this side that hold the heater core to this half of the housing. And of course your nipples for your hoses come through the bottom. And then this other side, just flipped around here. This other side goes on like so. And then you have 4 screws, 2 here, 2 here, and then you have several screws around the perimeter that hold this part on. And you get that all put together, and it will go under the dash here and go through the firewall and mount up. So I'm going to work on getting this other side, other half of the blower housing put together, and we'll see if we can't get that dude up under the dash here in just a minute. Alright, managed to get the heater core all back in the heater box assembly, the blower assembly, whatever you want to call it. How I did it is I loosely started a screw and then loosely started the next one, because you have to kind of, the little tabs can bend and get out of shape, which is how mine was. So I had to do a little prying and pushing to get all the holes lined up, and then once I got all the screws started, I cranked them all down tight. And these were machine screws. And I happen to have, I don't know where they came from, but I happen to have some stainless steel fine thread machine screws. So that's what I put back in, so they won't have to worry about them rusting. This box has been out of the truck for, well, let's see, I started this project about 10 years ago, so this heater box has been out for 10 years. So I'm going to get her put back in finally. Now this is the lever for defrost. So you can change it from blowing onto the floor, or you can have it do both. It won't do strictly defrost, but it will do both. And then this is a 6-volt motor. This old 48 originally had 6 volts, so I'm going to have to get a resistor and put in line. And then when I was messing with the wiring here, I noticed the old braided cloth wire was breaking up. So I had some heat shrink tube that slid right over that wire, just nice and pretty. Heat shrinked it down, and now I don't have to worry about the wire breaking, and I can still use it. Because if it breaks off kind of down in here, you can't really wire it in very good, and I don't want to change the heater blower motor. So how this will go, these 2 studs go through the firewall. And then, of course, the 2 nipples for your hoses go through the firewall. And then this side bolts to the inner cab piece out by the fender. And the inside screw holes are slotted, so you can just back the screws out and hopefully slide everything in place, and then get you a couple bolts started and tightened up here to hold it. And then you can go out underneath the hood and get these 2 studs tightened up. Now on these old trucks, the 47s through I think 53, there's louvers on the outside. And that's where the heater box gets its air from. It's supposed to be fresh air from those louvers. Well, this truck, sometime in its life, the doors had been sprung open and this is all crunched in here on both sides. And so I just covered it with a piece of aluminum. But there is still plenty of area. This is where that heater box slides in. There's plenty of air to draw from, so it's not like it's gonna starve for air. And then of course there's where your nipples for your heater hoses go. That's where the blower motor is gonna go. So I'm gonna see if I can't get you guys set up where you can watch me struggle getting this thing put in here. So see you in just a bit. Oh, there we go. Hey, I think I got it. I think. We'll find out here in a second. I'm missing a couple screws to hold this in, so I'll have to get a couple more, but we can at least have it up in place. Oh yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Let me see if I can get this one to do something. I like it. Alright, at least it won't fall down that way. And then, alright, there's my wire. Got it out so I can get to it later on. You only need the one wire for positive because it grounds to the cab. I don't have any of the ductwork for the defrost yet. I'll have to get that. But let's go out under the hood and see if we can't get that done up. All right, get you guys out of there. Get you over here. Now, there is one nut here, and there's this ring that goes on here for the blower motor. Holds on with a couple of screws. And then there is another, find it. Can you guys see it? I can't see it, I can feel it though. There's another nut that goes right over there. So, let's see if we can get this done up here without causing you guys too much grief. Let's see. I think I dropped one of my screws a minute ago. And I'll have to find it. Might be a metal collar that's supposed to be on that. Can't remember. I'll have to look that up though and see. May not. I'll tell you right now, I don't think I have one if there is. I probably didn't realize what it was and tossed it would be my guess. But I might have it floating around somewhere. Those. And I dropped the other one on the floor, so I'll have to get it later. Let me get the two nuts that go on. This is my overflow tank for the radiator, and I was hoping it was going to be out of the way. Let's see, looks like I'm okay. Come on. Trying to I'm left-handed, so doing stuff right-handed sometimes isn't very easy. Especially when it's in behind something. Come on. You know you want to. Ah, there we go. Alright, let me see if I can find a racket. I think those are 7/16. You know, I guess right. Oh. Okay, I'll have to get a wrench. There we go. You see earlier, it's got to tighten up, right? All right. Wires are all out of the way. Everything's tightened up. So, there it's installed. Now, I had forgotten. I was thinking the two nipples for the heater core came through here, but they don't. The heater hoses themselves run through there. Been so long since I tore this thing apart, I had forgotten. So I'll have to get some heater hose, get rid of my bypass loop, and run that through, get that hooked up. Put a couple of shut-off valves. I like to put shut-off valves on both hoses. That way, if the heater core does leak, I can just shut both valves off, and that takes care of it. I don't have to worry about unhooking and bypassing again or something like that. So, I think I'm going to call this good for now. I don't have any more parts. I need to get the screw off the floor and put in that little rubber boot. And I think we'll be good for now. Thanks. I forgot to show you guys what it looked like inside. So, figured I'd come around. And there's what we got. So, I need to get some duct work. I think I've got a switch that will work. It's a 2-speed switch. But I've got to get a resistor because the switch in this motor cannot handle the 12 volts. So I'll have to reduce it down to 6 or so. And yeah, I think that looks pretty snazzy for an old truck. This was just an old beater farm truck when I got it anyway. So I think we'll be all right. All right. Thanks.